Hi, I'm Brian Denyer, editor of AV News and also the producer of this series of podcasts, which we're calling AV Futures, and they're recorded here at ISC 2019 in Amsterdam. And today I'm delighted to have as my guest Simon Jackson, we usually talk to in his capacity from NEC. On this occasion, we're going to talk about a new organisation, new European organisation, DSO, which he's going to explain to you. It's all about digital signage, and Simon is lucky enough to be the inaugural president. So Simon, perhaps the first thing you should say is, why did we need another organisation to represent digital signage? I think we had one, but is that different or...?
We did have one. So originally we had OVAP, I guess, which was more of an out-of-home association, so the Outdoor Association. And that kind of morphed into Digital Signage Federation Europe as an offset of the DSF in the US. That had been going for a couple of years, but I think there had been a fairly low activity level on it, and also we wanted to look at the best way to grow the organisation and to recruit members, and we're here for members after all, and therefore we thought the best way to move forward was perhaps forming a partnership with a bigger body in Europe. So cut a relatively long story short, we had a chat with ISC and Avixa. We thought they'd be a good base for us to help grow our membership, and we formed a new organisation. It's completely independent of both those bodies, but it's working in partnership, and that's where the Digital Signage organisation was born from.
And how would the objectives differ? I'm presuming to do more. That's a very good starting point. But what do you hope to achieve with the DSO?
So what we're about is trying to help the people within the industry, so I'm talking about the supply chain there, so integrators, vendors, distributors, you name it, to all the way through to the end user, to understand digital signage and give them a platform in order to speak and have their voice heard, independent platform, and to be able to share best practice, thought leadership, networking, and really help them, because I think with the AV industry growing as quickly and as fast as it is at the moment, digital signage is a big part of that, and we'll talk about what that really means, but there isn't a body, certainly within Europe, that is a voice for the digital signage industry, so that's why we felt we would set this up, get some members on board, and then tackle some of the multiple issues that are out there about the digital signage industry.
Digital signage is pretty much a moving target now, isn't it? New aspects are coming out, new facilities, interaction with things like big data and monitoring and all of that. So is there any limit on it, or is it going to grow as the industry grows?
Yeah, do you know, I'm not really a big fan of the term digital signage, actually, which might be strange because our organisation is called that, but it's a term that everyone's familiar with. To me, it's too broad. It kind of encapsulates too much in some ways, and so that's part of the problem. So what is digital signage? Where does it start? Where does it stop? The only real way to tackle that, I think, from the DSO's perspective, is to do it piece by piece, and that means looking at the whole supply chain through to the end user I mentioned, but also looking at, who are the customers, what are they using digital signage for? So that's somebody in a transport market will have a completely different need for digital signage than perhaps somebody in retail or education or oil and gas. And then if you look at the different applications, whether you're talking about control rooms or wayfinding or menu boards, again, they mean different things. So I think rather than trying to tackle it as a whole, what we intend to do is tackle it bit by bit and to help segment what digital signage means, and then be more relevant to the people that they're interested in that particular area.
And is there any limit on who can be a member? Is it open? And how do they go about becoming a member?
Good question. It's open to all. We have our first our inaugural meeting here at IC on Thursday afternoon. So, and it's open to all, including end users. And I think that's always been part of my philosophy when I've been looking at the showcase and other events we've done at NEC is to keep the end user as the central to what we're trying to achieve, because in the end they're the people that are using it, so their experiences and their questions and their issues and topics that they want to cover are vital for us to take into account, rather than having our own internal look at how we see the signage industry from our own viewpoint. And so anybody's can be a member. We don't have a restriction on that, because actually the members will also, to a certain point, dictate what topics we cover. So we are a membership organisation. We're only as good as the members we serve, and in some way they will shape the future of what we do as a digital signage community.
And in terms of practicalities, does it cost anything to be a member? And also, do they have to fill in a form or something, or?
Yes, yeah. So there's we have still fairly fledgling, but we've got a website and a portal with a membership application form. So that's dso-emea.com, and there is a membership fee. It's €1,000 per year, which I think, considering what we aim to achieve, is fairly modest. People can come and have a look at the things we're offering. There'll be some membership benefits on the site. We of course, with our partnership with the VIXA, aim to be able to offer some of the benefits for the events that they're running. There'll be networking events, but also there'll be thought leadership white papers on topics that we decide to do as an organisation. So hopefully our members will see it as good value, and if they don't, they won't renew their subscriptions.
True enough. I think that's it. Sounds like it's a worthwhile objective, and I'm sure it won't take too long to get it up and running. As you say, the inaugural meeting today, so by the next ISC, we'll presumably see DSO represented here, and with some practical services on offer as well.
Yes, I think so. I mean, we have to be wary of the board that's running DSO. We're up to 7. There's 2 new members being announced today, 2 new board members, and we've all got other jobs to do. So we have to do as much as we can amongst what we're doing on a day-to-day basis. But certainly we'll have a presence at this show every year. We shall probably have a presence at the DSS in Munich as well. And I'd like to think we can offer some kind of visibility, whether it's a networking event or a breakfast briefing or something around the London Signage Week that's coming up in May as well. So we should be around 3 or 4 events per year, but it's not just about the event, it's also about what we're able to share with our members, some of the best practice and some of the ideas that we're getting from each other, whether we're covering everything from content creation to hardware and everything in between. But there's certainly a lot of topics that prospective members we've been speaking to over the last few months have said, we'd like you to cover this, and we don't understand how this is supposed to be working, and so I think we will have no shortage of material. It's just a question of deciding what to do first.
Excellent. Sounds really exciting. Thank you very much for introducing that, Simon, and perhaps next time we'll talk about NEC.